Alright guys, so we have some extremely bad news for Drake, Travis Scott, Live Nation and Apple. All are included just when you think it cannot get any worse. With all of these sporadic updates that I've been trying to give to you, there seems to be even more, and there seems to be a lot more coming their way, and it has gotten a lot worse, guys. A lot worse. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali back at it again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content. Inject it, and let's get straight into this video, guys. Subscribe. Click that button for daily, consistent, fresh content. Hit the notifications bell. I'm coming to you with 24/7 fresh news. I'm filming this literally at 1:16 a.m. in the morning. Everybody is sleeping, and yet here I am coming to you with videos, working overtime. Let's get to 250,000 subscribers. Let me get into this. Sorry, I normally get into them quite quickly. Apologies for the long intro. Anyways, how am I going to do this? Travis Scott, Drake, Apple and Live Nation have all been hit with a lawsuit, and this lawsuit is for $750 million. And Travis Scott's net worth is 60 million. You know what, let me just go and stand here for a minute. $750 million. TMZ are reporting this exclusively. Travis Scott, Drake, Apple, Live Nation and others will now need to answer to a massive $750 million lawsuit brought against them by more than 125 fans, including the family of one who passed away at the festival. The suit, filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby, is the first of others to come and places the blame on Travis and concert goers for negligence in failing to properly plan the concert, train security personnel and to host a safe event. Among the plaintiffs is the family of Axel Acosta, a 21-year-old who was allegedly crushed by an incited, unruly and out-of-control crowd with such force that he could no longer breathe. As for the staggering $750 million, the lawsuit claims it's to cover both physical and mental health injuries as well as the loss of life. Busby says no amount of money will ever make these plaintiffs whole. Very true. No amount of money can restore human life. Very true. But the damages sought in this case attempts to fix, help or make up for the harms and losses suffered by these plaintiffs. Nothing more and nothing less. Travis and Live Nation offered refunds almost immediately to concert goers, and the lawsuit addresses that offer, calling it a transparent and grotesque effort of the defendants to limit their liability after the fact to the families of those who were killed and injured. Keyword here is limit. As we reported, TMZ are saying 10 people have now lost their lives as a result of the Astroworld Festival. The most recent was a 9-year-old boy. Law enforcement continues to investigate what caused the deaths, but those in the audience say a crowd crushed, trapped, trampled and suffocated fans. Sources close to Travis have maintained the narrative that he did not realize the severity of what was happening in the crowd whilst he performed. $750 million, nearly $1 billion is coming in lawsuits, and that's just from a group of 125 fans. It's not as if that's the only lawsuit. There's a plethora of other lawsuits, guys, that are still up there for 50 million, 100 here and there, and even Drake's net worth roughly is 150 million. The way Drake is being dragged into this, even though he was somebody who was, a spontaneous guest, I feel like he's definitely regretting even being associated with that concert. Of course, Apple being hit with that as well, Live Nation being hit with that as well. So it's a lot of people who are being hit by this lawsuit. It's not just Travis Scott himself, but with Travis's net worth being only 60 million, and for the insurance policy of the venue only being 26 million, guys, that is nothing compared to the multiple lawsuits that are hitting them. I did a video similar on this last week about how it just got worse and that a lawsuit was coming their way of 50 to 100 million. This blows that out of the water. This blows this out of the water. $750 million. And you know what, guys? I'm not even mad. One might think, yes, this is quite a lot of money that, is being thrown into a lawsuit, but no amount of money can bring back those who passed away, those who were killed, those who have lost their loved ones. No amount of money can bring back your mother. No amount of money can bring back your 9-year-old son. No amount of money can bring back your daughter, your fiance to be. The future that you are going to have has been stolen, wrapped and finished and gone. No amount of money can ever bring back that happiness, which is why this $750 million, I think, is absolutely fine in the grand scheme of things. I do not think that it's that awful of a lawsuit in terms of the money, because if we compare it to the amount of lives that were lost and the connections that family members had with people lost, and I'm very empathetic to them. I'm not only empathetic, but as you notice in my videos, one thing I want you guys to notice, that when I do speak about the victims and those who've lost their lives, I really try to get into the minds of those family members who've lost people. You know, those who really have lost people and what they're going through, because I have lost 5 people in the space of a year and like 2 months. Since January 2020 to now, I've lost 5 extremely close people to me. And when it comes to the emotion of grieving, you don't get over it. You work around it. You adapt to it. And that's how you go across life. You respond to it in a better way than before. You know, my grandmother and grandfather, I looked after them. They both died, one after the other. My grandfather literally passed right in front of me, last breath. And I only gained the courage 6 to 8 months after their death. Not even 6 to 8 months, what a lie. They passed in March 2020. I gained the courage, I want to say this March. No, not this March. I would say May. No, not May. What the hell am I talking about? July. Wow, sorry. I'm off on a tangent, but please stay focused, please. January and March last year, they passed away. Only in July this year, I gained the courage to go to the graveyard, to go and see their tombstones, and of course, you know, and I just bawled my eyes out and got very emotional. And that was way after they had passed away, and I still hadn't, and I was scared, and I was focusing, and I was, you know, worried and everything. So I can't even imagine what these individuals are going through, because those are my grandparents who've lived full long lives. You have a father who's lost a 9-year-old son. You have a mother who's lost a 23-year-old roughly daughter, and there's so many in that age bracket as well. So many people. And they had their lives to go, and they were stolen. So how are the parents even dealing with the situation? The father who's lost a 9-year-old kid, for those people who are blaming the father for why he brought a 9-year-old to the continent, have you no shame and respect for this man who's lost his son? He's going to be sitting there every night regretting, thinking that he could have done more for his son. Why was he not unconscious, etc., etc. When we really should be wondering why the hell, as an artist, Travis Scott was enthralling his music to young kids. And I want to get into that in a separate video, because there's a lot more that we need to go through. This video is as long as it needs to be. 750 million lawsuits. Think of the victims, think of the victims, think of those who've lost their lives, think of the emotions, what they're going through, the pain, the pain, the pain. Just when you think it can't get any worse. And Travis and Kylie have yet to really be seen after their, you know, statements and very weary videos. They have yet to be seen. They're still hiding away or whatever. Travis is maintaining his life locked in his house, as if his house is a 1-bedroom. It's a huge mansion. Please. The guy is not suffering in his mansion. Sitting in your mansion, whilst the last concert you had 10 people who died, including a 9-year-old, but you're sitting in your mansion quiet for over a week and a half. I don't know what legal advice or lawyers you're listening to, but I don't think that's a clever move to make. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Subscribe to the channel. Click that button. It's daily and consistent content 24/7. This is a full-time job. I'm constantly giving you content. Absolutely exhausted, but try my best to give you the fresh news, because a lot more is coming out now about the story that I didn't really expect. Subscribe, click that button, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.